It's fun to make silicone molds, and it's really great to be able to make unique silicone molds at home. I've shown different ways to make silicone molds here on my channel, but in this video I show you my absolute favourite. Let's dive in, and this time I begin with some polymer clay. I really love these slim packs of polymer clay. They make it really easy to soften the clay. Polymer clay is going to give us a robust form that we can make our silicone mold with. In this video I'm going to show you a silicone mold of a mini jammie dodger, but you can do absolutely any design you wish and various sizes as well. So what we need to do first with the polymer clay is make a replica of whatever the design is that we want to end up with. You can use a knife, cookie cutters, your fingers, or anything you find at home that will help you make your design up. I'm cutting out a little heart for the centre of my jammie dodger. You can also make small holes like this with the end of the paintbrush. Have a think what you'd like to make out of silicone molds, and I'd start as basic as you can to begin with. Test out the process and see how it works for you. I have some very tiny cookie cutters here that I'm cutting the shapes out with, but I recommend you look around your home and see what you can find to cut out some shapes with. This is a lid of a pen. You can cut part of it off and use this as your cutter, so you don't have to prise it out like this, but you can still use it in this way and smooth out the marks. You can make silicone molds for little resin beads in this way, or you can use your silicone molds for your air dry clay and whatever you use your silicone molds for. Smooth out the polymer clay and get it as perfect as you wish, as all the details will come out in those silicone molds. These are some miniature cookies, so I'm going to give them a cookie texture. I baked my polymer clay as described on the packet. This is also a great craft for kids to get involved in too. This is how I made my miniature cutters on my 3D printer. Please do let me know if you think I should add these to my Etsy shop. Meanwhile, my polymer clay is baking in the oven. Freshly baked and now firm polymer clay, all cooled down and ready to go. In my previous video I used plasticine instead of polymer clay, so please see that if you'd like to use plasticine. Next you will need a plastic tub with a completely flat base that will fit your item in. I 3D printed these to get the right shape, but I don't expect you to do that at all. In my cup here I have mixed together some epoxy resin as my glue. This then ensures that I can stick the polymer clay inside the plastic tub nice and securely. Make sure there's enough space around your object so we can fill this with the silicone. If your one design doesn't fully fit the plastic tub, then you can add multiple of the design or different designs into that tub to take up a bit more of the space. Just make sure there's a bit of border space around everything, just like this. Once these have stuck down, I am going to add resin like this to the whole of the base. But the reason I don't add the layer of resin in now at this stage is as it's curing, those pieces may sometimes slide about a bit. So it's best to glue the pieces in place first. But maybe you might find these don't slide about, and you can do it just like I'm doing here and do the whole resin on the bottom layer all at this one time. In my other video I made an Oreo cookie silicone mold and used this as the housing, but here you could use polymer clay instead of the plasticine. The resin has now cured to hold these in place, and so that I can use these forms over and over again, I add another layer of resin at the very base to really hold all of this in place securely. Just like the one on the right, so it adds just a really thin layer. Once the resin is cured, we can make up some silicone rubber. This is really easy to do, measuring out 2 equal parts and then stirring them together. Make sure you wear a mask if needed and work in a well ventilated space and use all the correct protective equipment. You can keep your silicone molds white, but I like to add a little bit of colour, here adding just a tiny bit of mica powder. If you're going to be using these with UV resin, then make sure you keep them clear. Once it's all mixed up, it's as simple as that. We just pour it nice and slowly into our base mould. Once you get the hang of this, I'm sure you'll be making lots of different designs and coming up with lots of new ideas, which is what it's all about. I'll put the links of what I've used in this video in the description below. Thank you so much to everyone that's contributed recently by pressing that thanks button or sending me over a coffee. A big thank you. I have lots of different craft tutorials over here on my channel, and I love showing you all the different ways you can be creative. We can leave this to cure on a level surface and all the bubbles pop and release themselves, and after 24 hours we can release from the mould. This is what happens if you don't put resin all over the bottom. The pieces pop out, but it does mean you could use this housing again if you wanted to create a different mould. Any loose bits of silicone like this can easily be trimmed with a pair of scissors. Because I do want to make some more silicone molds out of these pieces, I recommend adding that resin at the base so they are reusable. This one did turn out fine and didn't slip about, so I'll leave that bit up to you. Once you have your silicone molds ready and made, make sure you leave them 24 hours to cure fully before adding any resin or anything else. I'm mixing up some epoxy resin and I'm going to recreate my jammie dodgers. This is acrylic paint that I'm mixing to my correct colour, adding this to the epoxy resin. On a level surface we can use these silicone molds with our resin. I also use these molds for air dry clay, so you just need to push the air dry clay in while it's wet, and then you also release them from the mold while it's wet. Here I have my little designs ready to pour more silicone molds over and over again. These Jammie Dodger silicone molds will hopefully appear either in my Etsy shop or my Red Rocking Bird shop. We need to make the jam for inside the cookies, and so I'm using a resin dye for this, which is transparent, whereas the acrylic paint gives a more opaque finish. Demoulding is always so much fun, and look how cute these are turning out. I can now piece these together, and for speed I'm going to use some UV resin. Because they're so tiny, you can fix any little tiny details, and you can use some sandpaper like I'm doing here so that they'll just fit together that little bit better. This is the UV resin, which will cure under the UV lamp, but you can use the epoxy resin and let it cure for another 24 hours. Or of course some super glue would do the trick. Look how cute and adorable these are. I absolutely love them. We could turn these into little key rings, necklaces, earrings, little hair clips, absolutely anything. So this is my way of creating completely unique silicone molds using polymer clay. If you'd like the finished resin to be shiny instead of matte like mine were, you can add a bit of varnish over the top. I know someone will ask the question, why didn't I make it all out of the 3D printed material? Well, you can print the whole piece 3D like this, but do you see the results? You always get those little circles, and yes, I could spray paint in there, but I really like the details that you can get with using polymer clay. And the whole process feels a lot more creative creating in that way. Thank you for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed this video and lots of my other videos, so come back and see some more. Bye for now.